If your dog or cat has a long-standing inflammatory pattern, digestive upset that keeps coming back, soft stool or sticky stool, recurring red itchy skin that feels greasy or damp, ears or skin that seems stuffy, warm, sticky, and smelly, and in cancer or chronic disease stages, you also see signs like feeling hot, thirst, irritability, or restlessness. Then today's formula is one many TCVM clinicians discuss as a foundational option, Miao San. Miao San has a very clear traditional. It's mainly aimed at what Chinese medicine calls damp heat. Here's the easiest way to remember it. Heat shows on the surface, dampness sits deeper, and stickness gets trapped in the middle. Heat can look like redness, itching, inflammation, agitation, thirst, and strong odor. Dampness can look like stickiness, swelling, oozing, heavy discharge, sticky stool, and a bloated, stuffy abdomen. Miao San works from that logic, helping to clear heat, dry dampness, promote movement and drainage, and guide the stalk pattern downwards so it can loosen over time. The classic 4-ingredient structure is simple but very targeted. 黄白、苡苡仁、苍竹, and 怀牛膝. In plain foundational terms, 黄白 leans toward clearing heat, 苡苡仁 leans toward draining dampness. 苍竹 supports drying dampness and helping digestion run more smoothly, and 怀牛膝 supports a downward guiding and unblocking direction. So damp heat doesn't stay trapped above or stuck in the middle. That's why in small animal practice, it's often discussed as a supportive strategy for inflammation-related problems such as inflammatory bowel patterns, allergic dermatitis patterns, and some long-term metabolic or endocrine cases when the overall presentation strongly matches damp heat features. So why does Miao San sometimes appear in cancer support conversations? The most reasonable way to say it is this: Miao San is not a direct anti-cancer miracle formula. It's more often discussed as a foundational support formula in certain cancer cases where the body's environment looks strongly inflammatory and damp heat driven. In research discussions, compounds associated with 黄白 are often explored in relation to inflammation signaling and cellular pathways, and 苡苡仁 is frequently discussed in inflammation, immune, abnormal growth frameworks. That kind of background is part of why when a pet runs hot, looks inflamed, and shows strong sticky damp patterns, this formula may enter a professional pattern-based discussion. In experience-based discussions, it's also sometimes mentioned during support phases for lymphatic system related issues or certain blood related presentations. But the key is always pattern match, not tumor name match. In other words, Miao San is more about lowering the heat, draining the dampness, and loosening the sticky stagnation as a supportive base, never a replacement for standard oncology care. Now, the safety boundaries kept clear and simple. Miao San must be pattern matched. Pets that are clearly cold, chronically chilled, very low appetite, watery loose stool, or overall deficiency cold and not good candidates for a heat clearing, damp drying approach. Cats are often more sensitive and species differences are significant. Do not self-prescribe herbs or copy internet dosing. If your pet is on chemotherapy, steroids or immunosuppressants, anticoagulant or antiplatelet medications, or has liver or kidney cancers, a licensed vet or TCVM practitioner must evaluate fit, dosing and monitoring, and if any clear emergency signs appear, go to ER first. To summarize, the value of Miao San is that it has a very clear handle on damp, heat, and inflammatory patterns. In canine and feline cancer or chronic disease management, it's best positioned as a support formula for an inflammatory damp heat environment under professional pattern differentiation, not as a copy and paste anti-cancer protocol. If you'd like to learn more about a broader long-term TCVM support approach for tumor management, you can also read more about TCMVET by Tu Xiao.